White Whale is my new favorite set of protocols in the Cosmos ecosystem. The Whale token's my new favorite token, and the Migaloo team is my new favorite team. Why? Well, they are an actual cross-chain, an interoperable DeFi protocol that seeks to solve a real issue. And that issue in Cosmos is fractured liquidity, and it exists because there are so many separate chains. White Whale team is doing this by connecting that liquidity, stabilizing prices, and they did start out as a DeFi protocol that offered flash loan scripts and also a series of DEXes that existed on a couple of different chains, Terra, Juno, Wawa, and a couple of others. Since then, they've launched their own chain. It's the Migaloo chain. They did an airdrop. It hit several communities and it's currently claimable. So before we get into the tutorial and some of the recent developments pertaining to White Whale, Migaloo, and the Whale token, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it. Always remember, this is not financial advice. It's just an educational video to show you how to do stuff with your Whale token and use some of their protocols. Um, I did a video with the CTO previously. It's recent. I'll link it down below. If you really want to do your deep dive, do your own research, that's a good place to start. Um, I mentioned developments, and they do have a couple of developments, which I'll link down below. There was an upgrade. They've enabled Alliance Protocol, and Alliance Protocol is interesting because it allows the community to whitelist various other assets across the Cosmos ecosystem that could actually be staked on the Migaloo chain. They have partnerships with Eris, Backbone Labs. They supply liquid staking derivatives to the protocols. And in this video, we'll cover everything from claiming airdrops, bridging to and from Migaloo, and also staking. Let's start with the airdrop. I know some people are having trouble, but this is the airdrop page, and there were airdrops that hit several communities, like I mentioned earlier. So let's connect the wallet, and you'll see what I mean. You could use Station Wallet. I like to use Kepler, and yeah, this wallet didn't qualify, but as you can see, there's a drop down here. You may have qualified for an airdrop on all these different chains. Now, the main problem that I saw with claiming the airdrop was on the Migaloo chain. And that's because to claim the airdrop, it's a transaction and you need gas. So you have to transfer a tiny bit of a tiny bit of whale to the Migaloo chain. You'll be able to claim that airdrop. But you could see if I click Terra, it would tell me my allocation for the airdrop here. If I let it go to Juno, another one, and then Chihuahua chain, and then the last one is Injective. It's making me connect my wallet. I've never used Injective, but you get the idea. It's a pretty standard airdrop. Um, and the only issue, like I said, is having enough tokens on Migaloo to actually perform the transaction. So let's let's go to bridge here. I'm going to show you what happens when I click bridge. When I click bridge, it takes me to tfm.com/bridge. Again, I'll link that down below. And they built a nice little bridge here that White Whale takes advantage of, and you could move tokens rather easily. So I'm going to show you how to do that. But first, I do need some tokens. So I'm going to switch wallets really quick, and then we'll move some tokens around, and I'll show you how to get Migaloo onto Whale token onto the Migaloo chain so you can claim that airdrop for the first time. Let's do it this way just so it's easy for you to see what I see on my screen. I'll give you the full screen view. And keep in mind, I've done this a couple times, so you might see tokens already at the destination. So again, I'm going to click bridge to get to TFM. And, I got my airdrop on Juno and I got my airdrop on the Migaloo chain because I was staking Atom. So I was unable to claim that Atom airdrop because of the gas fee, like I mentioned earlier. So this is what I did. I started on the Juno chain, and you could do this even if you haven't gotten an airdrop, right? You could move tokens the way I'm about to, and then just swap them from Migaloo. I've got Juno as the starting chain, Chihuahua as the destination chain. I'll click Wawa because I know I have a bunch of these. And what I'll be able to do is swap them once I get to Chihuahua. And I've already got some there, so I'm just gonna do 50,000. If this is not showing on your screen the way it's showing on mine, you might have to just connect your wallet. Super fast bridge, 45 seconds, less than a penny. Let's do it. TFM did a nice job with this bridge. I rarely use bridges, and like I'll show you later, I'll do a IBC transfer to get those whale tokens to the Migaloo chain if I have to, but the bridge should work. There we go. It went through. It went through. Back to the White Whale app, and I'll make sure I'm on Chihuahua chain. You could see I've got a bunch of tokens here. I transferred these in a couple of batches from Juno, just like I did, showing you. So, what do I have to do? Well, I need to get those whale tokens. So I'm not going to max this. I'm not going to max this. Um, I'll do um, I'll do 150,000. I don't want puppy. I want whale. And look, I could even swap these for liquid staking derivatives. I don't want to talk too much about liquid staking derivatives until I talk to the teams, right? AMP Wawa and AMP Whale, those are from Eris protocol. And then B Whale and B Wawa, that's Backbone Labs. Basically, what you can do is you could pick up these staking derivatives so that you're technically staking your whale, and then you could use them in LPs to earn additional yield. You can move them around and do swaps. So let's pick whales. Yes, I'm going from Wawa to whale, and I have some already. So when I do this swap, when I do this swap, it'll take a second. I'll now have a bunch of whale. You don't need to do this much. You just need enough for gas if you're claiming your airdrop. But if you want to stake or do something else, you could do it like this. You could do it in bulk. Now the tricky part. I'm going to do an IBC transfer from the Chihuahua chain to Migaloo. Remember, I have my whale tokens in the wrong place, right? So I'm going to do this. I'm going to open my Kepler and I'm on Wawa. I actually have to first copy my Migaloo address, right? Migaloo is the destination chain. I'll copy it here and then I'll go back to Chihuahua, right? This toggle here moves blockchains. This is not really like MetaMask at all. Down at the bottom, it says IBC transfer. Well, if yours doesn't say that, you have to just go in here into settings, turn on developer mode, and you should be all good. And you can see it's showing my Migaloo. Here are my layer one tokens because I'm on that chain. And I can get the channel right from here. It says channel 39. That's helpful because when I go to transfer, I'll have to add this channel, right? You're going to add the channel. It's asking for the destination chain and the ID is 39. And I got it right from Kepler Wallet, which is awesome. And now I just got to choose it. I'm pasting the address, no memo needed. I don't want to send Wawa. I want to send the whale. So again, you're doing this to get to just have enough money for gas. You might want to send like 5 or 10 Migaloo tokens. I don't know. Let's just make it 10. Let's make sure they get there. Something's happening. That's what that means. Either that or your computer's frozen. Let's check if it got there. There it is. So I got my 10 whale on the Migaloo chain. That should be enough to claim. All right. So that was my kind of roundabout way to get tokens to the Migaloo chain, but that's what I had to do. There are other ways to do this. You might say, hey, why'd you do that? Why'd you mess with the IBC transfer? You could just use the bridge. Um, Kepler Wallet is not perfect with the bridge, so I didn't want to have it fail while I was making the video. But I know the station wallet is a lot smoother for people. So you could have just done what I did, where you move tokens from Juno to Chihuahua, swap for whale, and then use the bridge to move the whale from Chihuahua over to Migaloo. the result will be the same. You claim your airdrop. For me, I'm using Kepler all the time, and I should change wallets, but I haven't yet. So let's go to the next part of the video. And I mentioned liquid staking, but I want to go to the pools, right? The liquidity pools, because you can supply liquidity on the White Whale app. Here we go. Here's the pools page. I'll link this down below. It's not that easy to get to, but um, yeah, it's saying that my active liquidity positions would be here. Well, I don't have any, so they're not there. Here are the pools, and you could see I'm on the Juno chain. You could see the pools here. Here's the button to add liquidity, pretty standard. But what I find really interesting are these pools with the liquid staking derivatives. So you you get liquid staking derivatives using stake tokens, and you could just swap for them on any one of the dexes. Uh, then what do you do? Well, you could take that staking derivative and use it in the dex to earn some yield. Now, I don't know if these APRs are up to date here. This is Juno. Let's go to Wawa, see if they have the same pools. I'm actually not sure. APRs coming soon. Slightly different pools, it looks like. So yeah, I think this is a good way if you're chasing yield, but you still want to hold your whale token. I think these would be the best way, although there are additional risks. I have never messed with liquid staking derivatives, but I'll do it just for the sake of this video. Go back to the swap page, and I should, on the Chihuahua chain, I should have some whale tokens. There they are. I'm gonna, I don't know, I'll swap like 25 of them to make it a nice round number, 100. I'm gonna swap the whale tokens for B whale. While it's coming up, it's gonna approve, and then I'm gonna swap another 100 for amp whale. So we'll play with both staking derivatives. There we go. Swap is a success. Let's do it again. And it's a different conversion rate. I have to talk to the teams before I make a video on this to make sure that the video is accurate and people know what they're getting into. But I'm going to just show you how you can pull these tokens. And again, I'm on the Chihuahua chain. It's very weird to be using Chihuahua as a DeFi hub. Back to the pools, back to the pools. Here we go. I got amp whale with whale. That's one pair. That's one option. And then B whale to whale. So I would just add liquidity here. And I'm just going to click max. It doesn't matter because I'm paying the gas in Wawa because I'm on the Chihuahua chain. While it's coming up, and now it's showing up in my pools, right? The APR is whatever. I'm probably at least earning swap fees. I don't think these are incentivized. And now let's do it for the other one. Let's max it out. And then when I go back, it should show under my pools. This is really smooth. These are fast, man. Pretty impressed with Chihuahua chain, actually. There we go. I got two pools over here. I can manage. I can withdraw. I can deposit more, whatever I want to do. But that's just a real brief overview of what you can do with liquid staking derivatives. Uh, and the last thing I want to get into is governance, right? You got to vote on proposals, right? You got to stake, vote on proposals. So let's go to that. Here's explorer.silknodes.io. This is a pretty nice UI. I did just connect my wallet and it's going to ask me which one. It's Kepler, connecting. And yep, I'll connect Migaloo. Account name. This is my demo wallet. So my demo wallet's hooked up. I'm on the dashboard, gives me some analytics, gives me the inflation, and community pool is there. So I've got some active proposals here. Problem is, I'm not staking. I'm not staking. Click on staking. What do I have to do? Helps stake Silk nodes. I'm not going to stake with Silk nodes. They're the number one validator, it looks like, or at least they're up there. I have a couple favorites that I know validate this chain. Lavender 5, I stake with on almost every chain. Whisper nodes, I stake with on almost every chain. So, got some really good validators on here that I've dealt with in the past. Blockchain, cool. So, yeah, let's go. I'll go to Lavender 5. I'll delegate. I've only got 10 whale. So, how many do I want to delegate? I'll just delegate 5 just so you could see how it works. It's like 5 cents, 10 cents. It's amazing to be doing these microtransactions. When I first got into crypto, it really wasn't worth doing transactions less than like a couple $100 because Bitcoin was expensive. Ethereum got very expensive. So now I'm staking. What's good about this is I could vote. I could vote. So here's governance. I mentioned earlier in the video Alliance. So Alliance, like I said, it allows the community to approve tokens that will then be allowed to qualify as staking tokens on the Migaloo chain. So I missed these votes, unfortunately, but let's vote on this one. This is Bone Luna and Amp Luna. So these are staking derivatives of Luna. I'm going to vote yes. So I just voted yes on both. And like I said, I've barely touched liquid staking derivatives. I'm not the biggest fan of Luna, but the whole purpose of them creating the Migaloo chain was to do stuff like this, leverage Alliance. And Alliance allows for economic alignment with different chains. So, based on an earlier tweet, it's going to be Amp Luna, Bone Luna, and then Amp Wawa and Bone Wawa will be up for community approval or disapproval if you want to vote no. But I have a feeling these are going to go through. Like I said, this was the point of the chain to do some real, interoperable DeFi, which Cosmos has interoperability, but I don't really see the coordination that I would like to see. This is what the White Whale team brings to the table. Here's the last thing I'll say about Alliance, and this is a tweet directly from the official Twitter. Um, there was a chain upgrade a couple days ago, right? They've implemented COSM WASM 1.21, Token Factory upgrades, a bug fix, and then the Alliance module. They go on to explain what it is. It's developed by TFL, that's Terraform Labs, and it's an interchain staking protocol, creates economic alliances between different blockchains. And like I mentioned before, this was the purpose of creating Migaloo, was to leverage protocols like this. They say it right here. It is a crucial element in realizing the Migaloo and White Whale vision. Adopting this technology early on can lead to significant opportunities within our ecosystem. And that's code for staking tokens and receiving staking rewards in multiple tokens. Okay. And that is the vision of the White Whale team. Migaloo is going to be that playground where we get all these different interoperable DeFi protocols. And I do like what they're doing. Like I said, I interviewed the CTO, Sencom. I'll link that down below. Hopefully, this video helped you. Most important thing is to get that airdrop and do some research and play around. It's cheap enough, with a less than $1 to mess around with the bridge, to mess around with the pools, to mess around with the swaps and the staking derivatives. So I strongly suggest if you're trying to learn, a couple bucks, dollar or two, you can mess around with this and see just how smooth it is. But until next time, have a great one. Hope you enjoy the video and you will consider sharing it, help people out, and of course, subscribe to the channel. I always appreciate that. Take it easy.